Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beyond Second Cognition. I'm Beall. Topic of this discussion primarily is to promote our latest book, which was released last week, called The Final Frontier: Can Humanity Mature into Consciousness? Right now, that's kind of a debatable question, looking at how people are caught in the rut of their belief paradigms. They're not advancing much at all. If you look at where our ancient ancestors were and how the Western culture is built on the intellectualism of the Greek philosophers, any smarter today than our ancestors were from a cognitive standpoint. This doesn't take away the fact that we're highly inventive and we've created all these technological advancements, but so far as our cognition goes and working with consciousness, we've not moved forward one iota in all those thousands of years. Now you have to ask yourself, we have all these spiritual traditions that people keep adhering to and glomming onto, and they keep doing the same stuff that humans have done for thousands of years, and there's never been a payoff. It's a lot of hollow promises that brings a lot of expectations, but the expectations never pay off. Or have none of you folks that are involved in this so-called spiritual process and consciousness expanding process not notice that you're not really going anywhere? You're just basically chasing your tails, running in a circle, not advancing, not understanding anything, and basically condensing everything that you get in the way of new information into the boxes of beliefs you already have formed in your minds. You're not expanding, you're compressing data. You want things to conform to your present belief system, and so you cherry pick, you accept what you find palatable, that is agreeable and makes your emotions feel good, and you just throw out anything that doesn't agree with it. And this is not how you grow yourself. This is how you stay locked, living in a cognitive box and going nowhere. Now, the last books that we've not sovereign until you own your own mind, create your own reality, cognition philosophy, the freedom factor, and the new book are a change in direction because we're no longer catering to the underclassmen, so to speak, who are always talking about wanting to advance but won't take any initiative to really advance. They don't have the courage to get out of their belief boxes, to challenge themselves, to expand into new concepts and new ideas. So they stay stuck in a cognitive rut, going nowhere, running in circles, talking about, oh, I'm on the spiritual path, but you're not going anywhere. You've not done anything that has truly advanced yourself beyond a minor modicum of understanding, but you keep chasing the same illusions that our ancestors chased for the last 3,000 years, and you have the same product to show, which is nothing. You just keep stabbing at it, and you keep doing the same stupid shit over and over again, expecting a different result, just like our ancestors did, and you're not going anywhere. You don't understand this. You don't want to understand consciousness because in order to do so, you have to push yourself outside of the box of your present level of perception, and most of you people are just too goddamn lazy to do it. You're scared. You have certain ideas, like the universe owes you this grand handout, and just by professing a belief, you're just going to get this grand payoff, or aliens are going to come rescue, or Jesus is going to come back for you, or Muhammad or the Mahdi is going to return, or Buddha's coming back, and so you're all living with a dependency mindset. It's like a cosmic welfare mentality. And as long as you people harbor that and you don't have any personal motivation and take any personal responsibility for yourself, you're not fucking going anywhere. You're going to be a lame believer, a follower. You're not a leader to yourself. And as such, you're not advancing. You may lie to yourself, oh, I'm advancing a lot, but if you actually go back and do some analysis, where you've advanced has been so minimal by comparison to the work that we're doing. We're light years apart from where you guys are. Some of you might say, oh, you're being arrogant and egotistical to say that. There's not any arrogance or egotism involved. We're the ones that are seeing the results and the positive aspects of the work we do, and we put it out there in writing for people to understand it. We have a public forum at patreon.com where we do have a small membership, but these people are working on themselves. They're not just giving this stuff lip service. They're actually doing the hard, gut-wrenching work. And I got news for you people. This ain't a spiritual process. There's no such thing as a spiritual process. That's one of the biggest cognitive lies that this species has bought into that keeps them tyrannized and cowed. It keeps you in a dependency mentality, expecting somebody to give you a handout. You know, God's going to give you a favor. Jesus is going to bail you out. The Mahdi's going to fix it for you. Anything yourself. And as such, you're sitting there playing the role of the victim on a planet where you've been taught to be a victim. If you want to be a victim, you want to be dependent, you want to live your life hanging on expectations that are never going to pay off, then by all means, keep doing what you're doing. But don't come to me and tell me how you're advancing when you're just professing and memorizing the same goddamn terminology that has been going around in the spiritual circles for thousands of years. It's just repetition by rote, and nobody is growing and nobody is understanding anything. So if you want to get out of that rut, if you want to join classmen of understanding, so to speak, to get a handle on how the cosmos works beyond the simple pap that you have been fed by religionists and spiritualists and politicians and all these other folks, then you might want to try our work. Otherwise, you're free to wander around in the woods in the dark all you want, because you're not going anywhere, and you're not going to get a handout, and there's nobody coming to save you. If you ain't willing to do the work yourself, if you're not willing to find the motivation within yourself to do this stuff, then do without. I mean, that's just how it goes. Some of you may have heard the expression, you either go within or you go without. Go within means you have to go inside and psychologically analyze why you believe all the things you believe and see whether these beliefs ever really have had a payoff other than hollow promises and creating false expectations that you're going to get an escape, get out of jail free card, go to heaven or whatever you think. Nobody's coming to rescue you. Humanity right now is in a tailspin towards total fucking destruction. With the advent of the globalist agenda and the global communism coming down and being shoved down everybody's throat, we're in a tailspin to destruction. And people don't want to change that. We could very well write ourselves out of the cosmic script. This species could make itself go extinct because of its profound willful ignorance and inability and unwillingness to change itself for the better. Our work is there for those who want to change themselves for the better. If you don't want to change, if you want to stay the same, then keep memorizing the stupid shit and mouthing it back like parrots that you do from all these spiritual traditions. And I don't care how many people I upset with this, because the world has turned into a bunch of smarmy spiritual pushover pussies. Whether they're religionists or spiritualists, it doesn't make any difference. They're all sitting there waiting for to fix it for them, and they won't fix themselves, which is the first part of this process. This was explained in the Conversations with God. It was explained in the Abe Conversations books. It was explained in the New Paradigm Handbooks, and it's explained in our work. But if you don't want to hear it, if you want to keep living your life hanging on false expectations, then please do so. But don't come at me and tell me how negative I am, because we are the people, while you people, at best, are just talking about it and blowing smoke. So our work of late has taken a turn that we're not pampering the kindergartners anymore. All those people that just want to give lip service to making it, and we're doing our shadow work or whatever the hell it is that you use to classify your self-deception, we don't want to hear it. We're not catering to you anymore. You can either rise up to the challenge, pick up some of our work, and do the hard self-analysis work with this process and grow yourself, or you can sit there in the sludge with everybody else. It's a free world, free choice, no rules multiverse. I'm not going to criticize you for what you do or don't do, but I will point out that sitting there running your mouth about it and deceiving yourself is not going to advance you, and we're not catering to the deceivers and the wannabes anymore. So if you want the heavy-duty advanced work, you look at our stuff. Or else you can just feed at the public trough on spirituality and religion and all the false promises that you're being fed with the expectations that somebody's going to give you a cosmic handout. For those of you doing the work, stay the course and don't